Welcome everyone for Life of a Light Worker webinar, and we have with us Sri Lakshmi Dugirala madam. Sri Lakshmi Dugirala's greatest delight is to support humans to unravel the goddess energy in them, through which they develop a compassionate heart towards God's creation. This transformation helps humanity to align with the remaining creation of the universe. In this lifetime, she is on a mission to get Gaia integrated as a member into Galactic Confederation. As humans align themselves with the remaining creation of the universe, they become a part of galactic members. Gaia becomes a member of the Galactic Confederation. She is a long-term teacher of spirituality, goddess energy, reorganizing soul families, reunion with soulmates, soul evolution, ascension, an author of Cosmic Rays. She is a lineage of Isis to reveal those mysteries, thereby helping humans to identify their sacred sexuality. Ascension of human beings and Gaia is possible with the uses of sacred sexuality. She has found after years of working with humans to ascend, they need to enhance the goddess energies and bring back the inner balance between femininity and masculinity. She dedicates herself to help humans to bring back this inner sacred balance. Join her to learn and evolve. With this, I welcome Sri Lakshmi Dugirala madam to take over the session.
Thank you, Veena. So today we entered into day 2 of Life of a Lightworker session. So yesterday we did a short introduction meditation. We will do that today also. I welcome everyone who are very much interested in enlightening themselves towards manifesting the golden era on the earth and become a part of ascension of Mother Earth and their own selves. And we will start meditation. Please close your eyes. Completely relax yourself. Be with your breath. Six inches above your crown chakra, a soul star chakra. Visualize it as a bright shining light. The soul star chakra joins you with your own higher self. To activate the soul star chakra and to get connected with the higher self, the soul invocation need to be used. Repeat after me. I'm the divine soul. I'm the light divine. I'm divine intent. I'm divine love. I'm fixed design. By me, the soul. As you say this soul invocation, your soul star chakra will get activated completely. And you get in full alignment with your own higher self. We arranged ourselves in a circle. Those who all are present in this Zoom session or YouTube live, all of us are seated in a circle. All our soul star chakra are joining with each other by a beam of light. Brilliant white light. All the soul star chakra are joined in a beautiful way. We connected our soul star chakra with the source to brilliant white light. We invoke the presence of white fire of An. White fire of An comes directly from the source, descends all the way down, and enters Mother Earth through all of us. White fire of An is the energy which transmutes the duality that got accumulated in us since many lifetimes. It needs to be transmuted completely. Into oneness. Anchor as much as white fire of An possible. We accumulated duality energies since many lifetimes that we took on this earth. It's not any wrong thing. The source wants to fully experience the duality through us. That's why we have come onto the earth to experience the duality and share the knowledge with the source, Almighty God. We are here to serve God. While serving all the experiences, all the knowledge of duality to the source, we were trapped inside this duality. That's the reason why the source has sent white fire of An to help us to resolve the duality, to dissolve the duality, to transmute it, and again go back to our oneness, to again step into oneness kingdom. This white fire of An takes us close to oneness, helps us to step into oneness kingdom. Visualize rainbow shower of light on top of your head, flowing freely. You are bathing in that rainbow shower of light. Your aura, your body, everything is filled with a rainbow colored light. Visualize the formation of a silver sky protection around your physical body. Silver spike protection helps you to retain your energies, to not to lose your energies towards unwanted things. Visualize another silver spike protection around your plasma body. Plasma body is a body which is present between physical body and etheric body, whose information is hidden from us. The black t-shirt doesn't want you to know the presence of plasma body, so that all duality energies get stuck up in the plasma body, because you will never focus on cleaning and clearing the duality energies from your own plasma body, or even from the plasma body of Mother Earth. So it is always important to be aware of the presence of plasma body in yourself and even for Mother Gaia. Let us visualize silver spike protection around the plasma body. Visualize another silver spike protection around your etheric body. Visualize another silver spike protection around your astral body. Visualize another silver spike protection around your lower mental body. There are few subplanes of lower mental body below the veil, and few more subplanes of higher mental body above the veil, above the matrix. So we always need to protect our lower mental body also from the leakage of energies. Whenever you get unwanted thoughts, your energies will be wasted through the mental body, lower mental body, which exists below the veil. Relax yourself. Slowly keep your fingers on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly open your eyes. Thank you, friends, for participating in the meditation. So let us learn about various things, how they influence the light worker's life. So whatever I'm showing now, karma is a rigged game. I hope all of you know about law of karma. So many people believe in that law of karma. They think that good karma brings them good result and bad karma brings them bad result. This is all Archon created programming. Archons are one of the topmost level black t-shirts. I call them as Cabal. Black t-shirts also called Cabal. So Cabal will be of various levels. They will organize themselves in various levels. And one of the top level Cabal members are Archons. They don't have a physical body. They exist in etheric layers of the earth. So they created a game. It's a rigged game called karma. So when you sign on the primary soul contract, they will make you sign on the primary soul contract, which shows that the existence of karma. So there is karma, there is law of karma operating on Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, and you need to believe that, and you should continue your lifetimes in that reincarnation cycle, birth and death. It's a continuous game. You can never escape that reincarnation cycle. That's what they want you to believe. So you keep thinking that I need to do good karma, and then I can take that good karma result to my next lifetime. So you keep thinking that reincarnation cycle, next lifetime, life after death, etc., etc. You keep thinking in that way. Definitely, life is there after death because we are not simply the physical body. But believing the existence of law of karma will confine you to Mother Earth only, to this third dimensional earth only. You will never be able to ascend. Every light worker or every human being here who has come from the star system are designed to ascend, to go back to their own star home. But when you believe that law of karma exists here, you keep rotating in that reincarnation cycle. You keep going in that. You will never be able to come out of it. And you'll get stuck up in that law of karma. Truthfully, it doesn't exist. And many people who are into the spirituality, they too don't know about the non-existence of this karma. For example, let me give you one instance. Suppose you are in some party and unexpectedly you have broken someone's plate. You people were in dinner and you have broken someone's plate. Think that. So when you broke that someone's plate, you will definitely say sorry, right? And thinking that I have broken this person's plate, and next time, whenever anything happens, when your plate was broken or when your bowl was broken, you think that, okay, during that time, I have broken that so and so person's plate. That's why this time my plate was also broken. Or during that time, I scolded so and so person. That's why today I have to face the situation. Someone else is scolding. So you keep thinking that I have done something in the past or some sin during the past lifetime. That's why all these problems are here. Or that's why I'm facing so and so emotional problem here. That's why I have lost someone in my life. Or that is the reason why I'm experiencing poverty. And so you keep believing in that. Either you have done sin in this lifetime or past lifetimes. That is the reason why the God is punishing you. So do you think that God is sitting there to check your karmas and to punish you? Not at all. Do you think that your own mother will punish you for the sins or for the mistakes, whatever you do? Never a mother does that. Even though mother does that, because this is here, the societal brought up, our societal teachings are there. But God is not, you cannot confine God to our own 3D system or 3D society teaching. So God, who is with the highest vibration, the creator who is with the highest vibration, will never wait for you to do a mistake and then, okay, let me go and punish this particular person because he has done that mistake. It's never like that. You know how these things operate. When you do any mistake, either the person means who suffered due to your mistake, they need to forgive you, or you need to ask them to forgive because you have done unnoticedly that mistake, or because of your mistake the so and so person suffered, so you have to ask them sorry and forgive yourself, forgive themselves, and then so, and the person who needs that means who did that mistake needs a lot of healing, because when that person identifies the mistake they have done, then they need to be healed. They need healing session. They need understanding sessions, not punishments like whatever exists on the earth, like sending them to jails, punishment, giving them punishment, so and so months, so and so years, or even hanging them for the works they have done. And it's not the solution. It's not the solution. When the person need to realize, the society need to make them realize the mistake they did. When the person identifies or realizes about their own mistake, then they need to be sent to healing institutes, or they need to be trained in such a way that you should not repeat these things because of these things or these mistakes. So and so people, and these many people are suffering. But actually, instead of healing, what do we do here? Punishment is given to them. So punishment will never change anyone, will never transmute anyone. It keeps them in the same cycle. Okay, they punish me because I have done a mistake, and then they are also doing a mistake by punishing this person. So mistake is never an answer to another mistake. Punishment is never an answer to another mistake, right? So instead of punishment, forgiveness energy should exist, and healing sessions need to be done. Our healing sessions need to be given to that particular person. Understanding, realization of their own mistakes is necessary. And the people who know about all these things, they should help others to realize their own mistakes. So you need to surrender yourself to the universe, so that universe will start teaching all these things to you. That is, that's okay to do mistake, this on this earth, not only here, anywhere. Osho says a beautiful saying: you can do n number of mistakes, but you should never repeat a mistake. So you are permitted to do n number of mistakes because you don't know everything what is happening here. And not only here, anywhere, any dimension, any star system. We are not at the perfect level. We are not the creators there. And the God also doesn't know some things. That's why he want to experience this duality through us. That's why this experiment was done. This earth was created. When he is doing such experiments and he want to experience and gain knowledge through us, then how can you expect that a person should be perfect and they should never do a mistake? It's not at all possible. That's why you can do n number of mistakes, but you should never repeat a mistake. That means when you have done a mistake, you should immediately realize it and learn a lesson, and you need to correct yourself. If it is your mistake, you have to say sorry, ask sorry others. Your intention is to ask sorry, and you need not wait whether the other person excuses you or not, or forgives you or not. That's not your job. Only you have to ask sorry, and you have to tell them that you have identified your mistake, and you say sorry, and you come out of that mistakes energy or that problems energy, and you need to forgive yourself. You should not put in your mind that no, I did this mistake, and it develops into guilt consciousness. Remember that either you don't need guilt consciousness, either or you need not go through this law of karma. When you understand this, and your action should always be to the highest purpose in that particular second, you need to keep asking the God, what can I do to the best in this particular second? To my best, what can I do according to my capability? Which work I can do? And help me to do that work, or guide me to do that work in this particular moment. How best I can use this moment? This is what you have to ask God every time. No need of guilt consciousness, no need of punishment, no need of that law of karma and reincarnation cycle. And archons fear. The cabal members, archons get feared. If you know about this law of karma is a rigged game, then definitely they will develop fear, because you are going to break that reincarnation cycle and you are going to ascend as a light being. So they don't want you to recognize that, and they don't want you to understand that process. So while all these things are happening, you develop so many emotional relations or connections with many people, emotional connections with many people, which are unwanted. As soon as a baby is born in a hospital, immediately the baby won't understand anything, because it has come from mother's womb into the world, which is having or which is surrounded by Maya, or the veil. So immediately the baby won't understand what's there, what's going on energetically. You need not have talk there. The baby won't talk, but the baby can sense the energies. So the baby senses the energies, and because of all those energy differences, and hospital, how it will be, the energies, lower vibrations, lower energies, the baby puts many energy cards with many people, not only doctor, not only helping staff, nurse, or even different people around that particular baby. In the same way, when you walk, you will also develop many energetic cards around the people, whomever you see. So, like this, so many emotional energies keep attacking you or keep diverting you. For example, in your own home, there are so many emotional attachments. If something happens to someone, not only in your home, even for your friends, even for your relatives, if something happens, you will get that emotional burden or emotional feel, and you don't want those things to happen to them. Yes, we are here to help them, but you need not feel that pain, or you need not feel that emotional energy. Emotion means motion, energy in motion. So in which way you are diverting, or which way you are showing the path to your own energy? Are you showing your energy to follow the motion which is not necessary, where wastage of energy is there? You need to identify yourself in all those things. So it's not emotional attachment with everyone. It should be emotional detachment with everyone. At the same time, we are one. You can see in this picture, like the water droplets on the lotus leaf. You will be there. You will be in the family. You will be surrounded by your own bloodline family members, or even meditators, or even friends, relatives. But you will be like this water drop on the leaf. You should not have that emotional attachments. You should be emotionally detached but connected with everyone. You are connected with everyone but emotionally detached. When you are in that path, you will be able to guide the people in a perfect way. Like that of when a doctor does surgery, he cannot develop an emotional attachment with the patient. If he develops that emotional attachment with the patient, he cannot cut the body, he cannot do a surgery. So you are connected with everyone, but at the same time, emotional detachment should be there. So, as to learn this in a better way, we have a meditation called card cutting meditation. Card cutting meditation. So, first we will see this meditation, and then afterwards, I will give you a guidance and we can do. And I will suggest you people to choose any particular person with whom you have lot of emotional attachment. Their emotion disturbs you, your path, your life, etc. For example, I used to have lot of emotional attachment with my husband and my daughter. Anything happens to them or anything they say, I used to cry a lot. But later, after understanding all this detachment, attachment, etc., I did this card cutting meditation. This is called card cutting meditation. So when I practice this card cutting meditation, now their emotion doesn't affect me, but we are connected always. If anything happens or if anything is needed, we will understand telepathically. There is no need to communicate also. We can understand. So our connection becomes stronger when emotional disturbance is not there. So you please select any one person, and you can practice this later when I give a guided meditation. But first observe this video. So you can see here two circles. The one circle, which is a lower circle, which is towards you, in that you have to visualize yourself. The other circle, which is opposite to you, you have to visualize the person sitting in the other circle. And both the circles need to be filled with a golden light. So you are in the first circle, which is towards you. Visualize a circle around yourself, another circle in front of you, where you will visualize the other person. And both the circles are filled with golden light. And you can see the energy, neon blue color light going in this direction. That means starting from this particular direction, center, and going around the other person and comes down and completes the circle. So this is how you have to visualize the neon blue color light passing around the golden energy, so that you complete two circles, which is actually number 8. It appears like a number 8. So after visualizing and forming golden energy and the neon blue light, we invite Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is an ascended master. We ask him to cut the connection, means this energy between emotional attachment between you and the other person, to cut it so that you will be free from that emotional attack or emotional attachment. Nothing will happen physically. Physically, all of you will be together only. This meditation I did 5 to 7 years back, and I'm very much fine with my husband and my daughter. And so nothing happened. This is actually only an emotional detachment. So you invite Archangel Michael and we ask him to help us in cutting this energy of attachment, energy of emotion, so that this will never influence us. So Archangel Michael, this is just a graphical representation of Archangel Michael. We don't have any picture of him. All these people are ascended masters. Once upon a time, they used to live on the earth. Now they have ascended by escaping the reincarnation cycle. They have successfully managed to escape this reincarnation cycle, and they attained their light body again. They descended that light of their own higher self, which is present in higher realms and higher dimensions. That light was brought down and anchored into this physical body. Thereby, their physical body becomes light body, and they have ascended successfully and they have escaped this matrix earth. So many ascended masters are there, and Archangel Michael is one among them, right? So you will sit in meditation. Please close your eyes. Completely relax yourself. I will just give instructions and you can follow the guidance to visualize. Relax your body completely. Be with your breath. Visualize the person with whom you want to have emotional detachment. That means their energy of emotion should not disturb you. At the same time, you should be able to connect with them and guide them, or mutual guidance, whatever it may be. Select that person and visualize that person sitting in front of you. So both of you are sitting in two circles, which are arranged in the form of number 8. You are in the bottom circle, the other person in the upward circle. Fill up both the circles with golden light energy, the downpour of golden light energy. Visualize neon blue light passing from the center of the two circles, going around the other person in a clockwise direction. Going around the other person in a clockwise direction. That means from downward to upward, and goes back and comes down. So it encircles the other person who is sitting in front of you, and that neon blue light now starts encircling you in anti-clockwise direction. The same neon blue light going towards your left hand, going backward, again coming upward towards your right hand, and meets at the center. Visualize this golden light and blue light for some time, neon blue light flowing. A beautiful neon blue light, beautiful golden light energy. Invite Archangel Michael just to say or repeat after me. In the name of I Am Presence, I invite the highest light aspect of Archangel Michael to come here and help me in this process. Feel the presence of Archangel Michael. His energy is blue light, perfect blue energy. You can feel his vibration. Archangel Michael holds a sword. Visualize that sword detaching these two circles, cutting these two circles, and you get emotional detachment from the person or from the situation who is sitting in front of you. When you are detached, you will never lose your energy. Say gratitude to Archangel Michael for helping you in this process. As you relax, you open your eyes by keeping your fingers on your eyes for 5 seconds. So this is how actually you need to work out on different emotional attachments, and you can do card cutting meditation in this way. It's a matter of 1 to 2 minutes, that's it. You can allot time and you can see marvelous results. So yesterday I discussed about primary soul contract removal protocol and implants removal protocol. And I just want to discuss about various layers of programming right from our birth. How do they operate and how are they implemented? How different layers of programs will be acting on us. So you can see in this picture, I'm talking about education system. Yesterday we learned about implants and today education system. So many of us are very fond of this education system and we think that whatever they teach us in school in the textbook are perfect knowledge, etc., etc. And those people who are very well in education, like who studied very well, will be having a lot of knowledge and understanding about many things, etc. But actually, this education system, which is running on the earth as on now, teaches you all many wrong things, I can say, because I'm a biology teacher. I know what will be there in the textbook, and I know what exactly is going on behind this textbook. And as the textbook is printed, whatever is needed or whatever they like, the author likes, not only textbook, any book, when it is printed, whatever the author synchronizes, they publish only that. So the education system, education board also like that only. Say every one of us has our own capabilities, but we have a common syllabus, we have a common education system, we have common exam system, and it's not possible for the child to explore or experience his own interest, and he cannot develop. And unfortunately, this education system is completely supported by the non-spiritual parents in a much more profound way. And even though spiritual parenting is there, spiritual parents are there, they too doesn't know about this education system. All these nonsense things are happening. They are not aware because everything is hidden from us. And these people in education system, how do they control? Our parents say you have to study well, you have to get 100 on 100, so that you will get a good percentage, good rank, and you can enter into a better education. When you enter and get better education, then again you will be getting good job, and when you get good job you will earn more money. So the system trains us to revolve around money, to live for money, to earn money, and which is of no use actually at higher dimension, higher energy levels, higher aspects. When you are understanding this type of knowledge, you will understand that abundance is everywhere. There is no need to struggle for it actually. There's no need of studying day and night without leading their own personal life. And the child is not a marks machine or textbook machine to read and earn marks, etc., etc. There's no freedom for the child. I know as a biology teacher, I have seen many students. And just having 27 years of experience. And in my lifetime, I have seen many parents and many children. Some children want to play and want to go in sports career, but the parents force them and they do those engineering or doctor. Only these two things the parents see, and they say that, oh no, no, this is the one which is ruling the earth, and so my son should become this. And one more aspect of parenting here is I was not able to become a doctor, so I want my child to become a doctor. So when you are not able to do those things, and how can you ask your child to do that for you? So how fair it is? It's not at all. And this point, those people will never understand because their parents brought them up in that way only. And I don't know whether you people know about Prahlada. That's from ancient Puranas and all. So we say that we need to listen to parents and we need to accept whatever parents say, like Rama, Lord Rama. But Prahlada is another Lord or another um, God type of thing. But he always rejected his father. He never listened to his father. So is that Prahlada wrong or is that Rama wrong? Who is wrong? So it's not the question of a particular God or particular system, etc. You should understand that whatever is the truth, you have to follow that. It doesn't matter whether it is told by a parent or whether it is told by a student or a child. Even children also speak in an excellent way. They also know much truth than many of the parents. I know I experience those things. I have seen many children. They do a lot of research and they learn many things and they want to teach their parents, but parents doesn't want to listen. You don't know anything. You are small. You don't know anything. You are small. That's a very nonsense statement which parents keep giving. And you can see in this picture, that's about education system I completed. And this is another one, social media, especially television. And it's also called idiot box. I don't know, chatterbox, something. So this box is actually it operates on a special technology called subliminal technology. Subliminal technology. Yeah, this is a wonderful subliminal technology, which is used by television because of some technology which is a part of that particular instrument. The subliminal technology actually goes deep down into the subconscious mind. So whatever they show on the television, the person who is sitting in front of the television keeps taking it, keeps accepting it. And they say that whatever is shown there is correct because the subliminal technology shows an impact on subconscious mind. This is the reason why many news channels keep spreading all unwanted information, all fearful information, fake information, etc. So they brainwash the people who are sitting in front of the TV, and they will tell you how to think, what to do. And this is how they keep spreading the fear and unwanted information. They will dictate the life of a human being, which is actually taking away the freedom of that particular person, of anyone. We know about all the side effects of all these things. When you sit and spend times and hours together in front of the TV, many people are like that. Maybe not in our circles, but many people keep watching those TV serials or TV ads. By seeing the TV ad, one will say, yeah, zero size is correct. So you have to keep yourself in zero size. Who said zero size is correct? It's a malnutrition, right? You should have a proper diet and don't get addicted to that TV or to such type of things, whatever they show. And they just dump all nonsense into the human's brain, and they will keep you in that belief system, whatever they are showing is correct. Because I have seen many people debating over the information shown in the TV channels. They never think, they never use common sense actually, how far this will be correct. And they keep discussing, debating only, and they keep going in that depth, and they say that you don't know anything because you don't watch TV. So we know everything, and we know what is going on the earth. What do they know? They don't know anything. Whatever they TV people are showing, they know only that. We means we get connected with the universe. We get connected with the energy. We speak the energy. We speak about energy. And we don't speak about all these things with such type of people. Just let them do whatever they want to do. Let them be in that type of belief system. And one day comes, they will understand what's the mistake they have done, and they will realize their own mistake. And this is how that electromagnetic mind control through the all those TV stations and satellites and these cell towers, etc. All these things. So electromagnetic radiations keep controlling the mind, subconscious mind, conscious mind, everything. So this is the reason why they keep doing advertisements, ads. So much they earn through ads. So they say that so and so particular companies drink is much more healthier. I have seen so many times the politics and media goes together. Politics and media goes together. For example, one of the person, any person, and politics and business goes together, which is controlling the media. A business person, a business magnate, funded some politician or some political party. Then immediately, for example, let us take coffee industry. One big politician, one huge businessman, coffee industry businessman, funded a political party, and after supplying fund to the political party, this businessman asks that political party to do favor to his business. Then definitely this person has to listen. The politician has to listen. Then immediately the politician instructs the medical council to help this particular person who has done favor to them by giving money, by supplying something. So then immediately next day in newspaper it comes. It's very good to take a cup of coffee early morning. It's good to heart. It will keep the heart diseases away from you. I don't know whether you people have seen these messages or these type of news in the newspaper and TV, etc. One time they say caffeine in the coffee is not good because it's an addictive. I know because I'm a biology teacher. I know what it is. And the other day they will publish after 1 month or something like that. Coffee is good to heart, so you have to drink a coffee. Then immediately the person who is studying that newspaper keeps telling his wife that, see, coffee is good to health. Give me one more cup of coffee. So that is how the media, the politics, and the business, money, everything influences. Everything influences the human mind. Then how will the awakening happen? It's highly difficult for a person to awaken when they were stuck up in this parental control, education control, media control, then finally money control. This is how they make you think that you have to work. You have to work. You are here to earn. I have these experiences, like I'm a gold medalist in botany, MSc botany. So people used to ask me, you are a gold medalist, how much do you earn? Oh, only this much you earn. So you don't know how to earn money, even though you are a gold medalist. But I know in my inner guidance always tells me, my intuition tells me, you are not here to earn money. You are here to do something else. So hold that point, catch hold of that particular something else. Then you can do whatever passionate you are about. Yes, I'm passionate about teaching. I want to teach. I want to interact with many young minds. I want them to understand what exactly is going on with their own lives. So that actually gives freedom to them and freedom to me. And that's what passionate work to me, not simply earning money. And this money control is one of the biggest control for all the people on the earth. And one more technology, this technology, most of 99.999% humans doesn't know about the existence of this technology. This is a scalar weapon technology. So we believe that when a person need to be, or when a gun is fired, the bullet will be going into the person who is physically seen there. The gun can be fired only at a person who is physically present opposite to the gun. That is our understanding. But the scalar weapon technology is a high level technology developed by Cabal, developed by black t-shirts, where no matter where the person stays and where the gun is, it may be towards the gun is at North Pole and the person is at South Pole, but when they operate this scalar weapon technology, it just kills the person who is at the other pole of the earth. Doesn't matter. So such type of deadly technology is also available on earth. And very interesting and well developed technologies are also available on earth, called you can go to the moon within 40 minutes. Do you believe it? Such type of space travel is available on earth, which are used by since many years, since decades. It's in use by Cabal members. They go to moon within a time period of 40 minutes. So you will be shocked to know all these things, and when all these proofs are presented to you, then you will understand how much technology is hidden from us. That's a free energy technology by Tesla. Tesla developed free energy technology. There's no need of spending this much money on many energetic devices like electricity and many devices, cars, transport system. There's no need of spending this much petrol and diesel, etc. There is so much invented by Tesla called free energy technology, and it's hidden from us. You know what they did to Nicholas Tesla after he invented all this, or if he understood how to produce free energy and how it can be used, when he shared it with his superiors or with the government there, the government people told him that, yeah, very good, wonderful technology you have developed. Let us use this technology to help humanity, and we will provide you one island, and you be there and do research and develop all the instruments or all the transport vehicles or everything, how to generate and how to use this free energy technology. So they have sent him onto an island, and after sending him to that island, they killed him there. No one is there on the island, and they killed him there. This happened some centuries, some 100 years ago. I'm not sure about the number, but as far as I remember, it's like more than that, 100 years. So still we are in slavery. Still we are in slavery. We are paying so much. We are struggling so much, and they teach us renewable resources, non-renewable resources, conventional resources, non-conventional resources. You cannot waste this resource. You cannot waste that resource, but you can waste this resource and you can waste this because it can be regenerated. And to regenerate that, you have to use so much money. So All this nonsense is due to not permitting the humanity or not sharing that technology, free energy technology, hiding that free energy technology is one of the biggest problem which was created on earth. So that is regarding various layers of programming control. And here I'm showing one slide called Buddhic column. This Buddhic column meditation actually helps you to clear your etheric and astral layers, your etheric body and astral body. Even as on now, even the earth entered into age of Aquarius officially on 21st December 2020. Even now also, we were not experiencing the lifting of a veil completely. The matrix should be lifted completely. The matrix should be completely removed. Then only we will start experiencing our higher dimensions and higher energies. So this etheric and astral layers are still with many blocks for most of us. And that's the reason why we do this Buddhic column meditation to clear a particular situation or to clear an energy field of a particular person or any place also. You can use this Buddhic column on any place. You can build this Buddhic column on any place or for a particular situation like wildfires or flash floods or tsunami, something earthquake zone, something like that, or even above yourself also you can use this. So you can see here a 5-pointed star and a beam of light passing through, and you can see the spiral light clockwise going in, and this 5-pointed star is connected with the other Buddhic columns with the help of light, a beam of light. So we will do this guided meditation, and please close your eyes and visualize the formation of this Buddhic column above you, because when you need to understand all these things, when you are taking up all these things, it should be properly imbibed. So for proper imbibation of all this knowledge or knowingness, you should clear your etheric and astral bodies. So this Buddhic column, now we are going to build on our own selves. You will visualize this on your own self, right? So close your eyes, relax yourself, follow the guided meditation instructions.
Use your own technique to bring yourself to a state of relaxation. Take a deep breath of brilliant white light. Breathe out all that no longer serves you. Repeat this breathing for a few more times. Then say this mantra or a similar one silently or out loud if you feel guided. I am the soul. I am divine light. I am divine will. I am divine love. I am fixed design by me, the soul. Visualize your soul star chakra lit up with brilliant white light. Visualize this light in the form of a vortex, spiraling down, clearing your energy field. Visualize a 5-pointed star being placed high in the sky, approximately 9 miles above the chosen location. See the star glistening high above the chosen location, shining brilliant white light. Now visualize the white fire of On emanating from the galactic central sun, going through all points of light within our solar system. And through the 5-pointed star. Through the chosen location. And deep into the center of the earth. Keep visualizing this pillar for a few minutes. Visualize the tip of a brilliant vortex of white light spiraling down clockwise from the five-pointed star. Removing and transmuting all low vibrations, dark entities, and dark energies. And carrying them up to the five-pointed star for transmutation. Visualize this vortex of spinning white light for a few minutes. Visualize this Buddha column fully linked to all Buddha columns on the planet. To the planetary network of light below, above, and on the surface of the planet. And any point of light as guided by the ascended beings. All connected together with this Buddha column at the five-pointed star in the network of brilliant white light. Now, in the name of Source, in the name of I Am Presence of Eternal Light, we declare and command that the Buddha column at the chosen location is now complete on all planes as guided by Source.
Thank you for doing Buddhic column meditation. Now slowly relax yourself. Keep your fingers on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.